In the previous lecture, we talked about the power of belief. However, sometimes we want to believe in something, but there's a little voice in our head that's holding us back. We may experience this negative voice countless times throughout the day, but why? Is it from negative programming throughout the years, brought on by our environment and experiences? Is it the protective part of our mind that induces fear to make sure we don't get hurt? Is it because we feel unworthy of true happiness at the unconscious level and thus torture ourselves? It could be any one of those reasons, or all of them combined. The point is, if we stop these negative thoughts that pop into our head every day, we could have a much better experience in hypnosis and a much richer life overall. When discussing our internal negative dialogue, I like to refer to a phenomenon I call the voodoo doll effect. Now, you've probably seen movies or TV shows that feature voodoo witches sticking pins inside small dolls that look like real people. And with each prick of a pin, the person resembling the doll will feel acute pain somewhere in their body. Well, I like to imagine that each negative thought we have is a pin that we are sticking in ourselves. And sometimes, if a person is suffering from something like chronic pain, there literally can be physical discomfort from our mental pin. But for others, the pin is felt by the reinforcement of fear and limiting beliefs. Worse yet, it is said that we have anywhere from 12,000 to 60,000 negative thoughts a day. And get this, about 80% of those thoughts are said to be negative. Some of us might need bigger dolls. If we can picture our pin-filled doll at the end of every day, it might help us realize just how powerful our thoughts can be and how they can affect our mental and physical health over time. The good news is that with some practice, we can reverse this trend of negative thoughts. First, we need to realize that thoughts are just thoughts. Praise the happy thoughts, notice the neutral thoughts, and especially ignore the bad thoughts. The moment we begin giving meaning and pondering a negative thought is when we accept it and incorporate it into our beliefs and habits. That's where the trouble begins. Over the next couple of days, I want you to do a very simple exercise that will help you cleanse your negative programming tremendously. Each time you begin to have a negative thought, I want you to immediately cut it off and say something positive. For example, if you are sad that someone doesn't like you, and you blame yourself by saying, "I'm so awkward," or "no one wants to like me," you need to immediately cut that negative and limiting belief out by saying something like, "I am a lovable person." In just 5 words, you saved yourself from another pin in your doll, and from feeding yourself a false reality. Short, simple, and effective. It's so easy, yet so often overlooked. Look, there's enough negativity in this world. Your mind should be the one safe place you can always count on for shelter from the storm. It's time to tear down the torture chamber in your mind. Words like not, won't, and can't, they need to be erased from your mind now. If someone says you can't do something, you need to immediately tell your subconscious, "I can and I will do that." And then, when you create your suggestion, you want to turn that baby into present tense and make it a reality. Do this easy technique enough times, and you will soon be automatic. I'd compare this level of preparation to someone aiming for a better body. Any physical trainer knows that getting in shape requires more than just lifting weights and cardio. Proper nutrition is a must for energy and mental awareness. Stretching is recommended for injury prevention and flexibility. And aiming for excellent structural integrity and posture is always ideal. You just need to know that your subconscious will always work for you if you allow it. But if the bulk of your thoughts are negative, it'll work against you. I think of the relationship between the conscious and the subconscious like building a house. The conscious mind is the architect, and the subconscious is the builder. I want you to think, how many wrecking balls have you commanded your subconscious mind to drive through